right, everyone, this is Tim of the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. It's getting closer, even closer. It was closer yesterday, but now it's even closer today. It'll even be closer tomorrow, and then it'll be closer the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and then you know what? It's Christmas. It's the start of the NFL season. I can't freaking wait. Let's get this going already. Of course, we got the Pats game on Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Weird time for a start, but you know what? We're finally going to get to see some Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones. We're finally going to get to see him do something. Will he implode? Will it be good? Will it be bad? I don't know. But you know what? I've said this a million times. If you hate Daniel Jones, don't take so much, you can't sit there and look at it and say, if he has a bad day, oh, see, I told you. And if you love him and he has a great day, you got to take it with a grain of salt as well. You just have to wait till the start of the season. I've said this a billion times, and that's why I'm always called negative. You got to just take it as it comes. And it means nothing because the clock turns back to zero once the season starts. So anything that was done in training camp is out the window. That's what we need to wait for. We got some good news. Saquon Barkley. He's back running with the big dogs. Down, boy. Sit. Stay. Roll over. Off tackle left. He ran a couple plays. He ran about 10, 12 plays. He had on the dreaded red jersey. And we all know what the dreaded red jersey is. Don't touch me. I'm delicate. But he has to wear that because of the fact that they are still not ready for him to have contact. And so for everyone that thinks this is the sign that he is going to be able to play against the Broncos, no, it's not yet. He ran some drills, which was great. I thought that was fantastic. He had on the red jersey. There was plays, of course, where anytime you got on the red jersey, you're not allowed to hit the guy. You're not even allowed to touch him. They're not ready to offer full contact to Saquon Barkley. Once they do, that'll be the next step moving forward into getting him ready to play. I still personally don't think he's going to be ready till week 2 or 3 because they need to get him some contact. But evidently, I don't know if the medical, and nobody knows outside the Giant organization, if the medical staff or the coaching staff itself are just saying that he's not ready for contact yet, which is fine. Like I said, it's a process. It's step by step. Ooh, baby, you always hold my mind. That's what we just need to do. One step at a time. One day at a time. That's all you can do. You got to take the first step before you can take the next step. A lot of fans want to take the first step and jump to step 497, which would be him starting against the Broncos. He looked good. He looked like he was moving well. We have to see if there's any swelling or anything the next day, because that usually is the big indicator when you're coming back from an ACL. It's after a day of practice, you need to see the next day if there is any swelling. And you got to come back from there. We got some Adoree Jackson news. Looks like we've dodged the proverbial bullet with Adoree Jackson. Has a sprain. It's not a high ankle sprain, which is good. His availability for the opener, they're saying, should not be in danger. He should be ready to rock and roll. If you know it, there's 2 types of sprains. I'm not going to get into it, but you don't want the high ankle sprain. The high ankle sprain is something that usually keeps you out for it can keep you out anywhere between 3 to 8 weeks. It depends on the level of the sprain. So just a normal sprained ankle is good news. Kadarius Toney, we're still waiting to get him out. He's still trying to come back from his bout with COVID, and now he's recovering from a hamstring. Joe Judge says, I'm not going to get into anyone's individual medical right here, but this guy is getting better a day. He's working with our trainers. He's doing everything we asked him to do. I'm so pleased with the progress he's making. I'm going to break that down into coach speak. He's not ready to play. Stop asking. We'll let you know when he's going to be ready, but more than likely, he is not going to be there on opening day. And there's no way he should be there on opening day because of the fact that he hasn't even gotten into a scrimmage. He hasn't gotten into a practice. Talking practice. He hasn't done anything. So they're not going to just drop him into the middle of his first NFL game without any type of practice or experience, because that's a recipe for disaster. The Giants are still getting an extended look at Kenny Wiggins. I don't know why. Kenny, foot loose, cut loose, cut the Kenny Wiggins. He was signed, of course, 33 years old. He's working with the starting line at left guard. He's filling in for Shane Lemieux. He's still got the knee injury. I'm not a Kenny Wiggins fan. I'm hoping that, you know that's going to be the case. The Giants are going to go trawling once the rosters get down to 53. They're going to be looking for guys to fill out the rest of the roster because of the fact that you still have the edge issue. I'm not sold on all of the linebackers. Just throwing that out there. I mean, we need depth at the offensive line position. And we really need to focus on those things so we can really fill out the roster. Of course, the Giants also traded the kicker to the Panthers for the 7th round, conditional 7th round pick. It's not a big deal. You got a 7th round pick for a kicker. Gettleman got something, which is good. I mean, what do you really think you were going to get anything beyond a 7th round pick for the kicker? I thought we might have tried to stash him on the practice squad. Mr. Gano has had some problems in the past with injuries, so you kind of want to hope that you kind of want to have that insurance policy, that backup. But you get some type of draft asset for him, which is fine. If you take a look at it, Carter Coughlin and Tay Crowder were 7th round picks. So, I mean, we have to wait to see what both of those. I love when people point that out because we have to wait to see what both of these guys do in year 2. There's been so many 7th round picks or even 1st round or 2nd round picks that have a good first season then flame out in year 2 and 3. So you gotta kind of hope we have to see what they can do next year. I mean, so it's like I said, everything resets once the clock strikes midnight and the game is for real. That's what we need to focus on. I'm trying to be less negative. I'm enhancing my chi for the less negativity. I want everyone to feel the non-negativeness that I am portraying because people say I'll be more popular that way. And you know what I say to that?
But that's okay. Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
One of the dumbass things I've ever heard people tell me. I never understood that being truthful is negative. Maybe your delicate little ears can't handle it. Oh, no. He said something honest. I'm going to have to go to my safe space and pet my puppy and see maybe they have a pony. Oh, this is going to be so much nicer. I got a puppy for you. You want a puppy? I got a puppy for you. Down, boy. Sit. Off tackle left. Good. Good boy. Good boy. That's my puppy. Maybe that's the way I am. I'm going to probably be at the game on Sunday. Hopefully say hello if I see anybody. I'm going to sit there and tell people I saw Daniel Jones when he threw 3 touchdown passes in the first half against the Pats and their team of 3rd stringers and grocery baggers. Like I said, guys, if he does well, that's great. If he does horrid, it's not a big deal. It's all going to depend what he does when he straps it up against the Broncos. But there's always going to be, like I said, there's always going to be those 2 camps where either they want him to fail or they want him to succeed. I want him to succeed because if he doesn't succeed in this season, we're going to win like 4 games. Because if you got Mike Glennon and Lewerke, and I know Lewerke had it Lewerkin, but he had it Lewerkin against grocery baggers. And he may potentially be in aisle 7 right next to some of those guys also. Remember, always ask for paper and plastic, double bag the milks, and never put the eggs on the bottom. Just throwing that out there. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk in there, Tim. And as always, if you could like, maybe subscribe, ring that bell, you think what that means, that'd be awesome.